The lazy version of survival is that it simply means not dying. We tend to picture our bodies as solid objects, like a machine or a statue that was built once and then just sits there, only occasionally breaking down. But perfect physical balance is actually what life fights against. In chemistry, if everything equalizes with its environment, gradients vanish. There is no chemical drive, no membrane potential, and no metabolism. Equilibrium is death. The outside world is constantly trying to force your body into that dead equilibrium. Temperature swings, radiation, bacteria, and predators are relentless environmental demands pulling at your biological boundaries. Because of this, biology is never peaceful. Survival is an active, managed disequilibrium. It is the constant, negotiated refusal of a living pattern to fall apart faster than it can rebuild itself. Your body is not a finished temple. It is a damp, anxious construction site. Right now, every cell inside you is leaking, repairing tears, filtering toxins, and pumping out waste to keep the inside entirely different from the outside. Maintaining that difference requires constant biological work, which makes survival an economic problem. Every single biological action requires spending a finite budget of energy to outrun physical collapse. Survival, then, is active budgeting. It is a living system constantly choosing exactly what internal motion to spend and what motion to save. To fund this constant work, the biological budget relies on two main sources of income. Food is stored chemical permission to move, and water is the irreplaceable physical medium that allows those chemical reactions to happen. This animated diagram shows how the body manages that budget in real time. The wave bouncing between these upper and lower limits represents homeostasis. Your body constantly corrects internal numbers to keep operating conditions securely inside this viable life window. But allostasis changes the settings before damage arrives. If an infection starts, the body proactively raises its temperature baseline to create a hostile environment. Baseline survival is a split strategy. It requires correcting the immediate numbers in real time while simultaneously predicting when the whole system needs to construct a completely new normal. When a severe threat appears, the budget changes entirely. The biological stress response takes the body's energy budget away from long-term projects, like digestion and repair, and aggressively reroutes it toward immediate physical action. To fund that sudden action, the brain signals for cortisol. People talk about cortisol like it is a villain, but it is actually a vital emergency fuel mobilizer. It rapidly pulls energy out of storage so you can survive the next 5 minutes. The danger starts when the emergency never ends. Through a process called gluconeogenesis, a chronically stressed body that is desperate for fuel will start converting its own non-carbohydrate sources, like the amino acids in your muscle tissue, into fast-burning glucose. The body ignores aesthetics during a crisis. If the danger is loud enough, it will burn its savings. Chronic stress is survival financing today's panic by liquidating tomorrow's physical structure. Protecting the budget requires cellular security. The body constantly audits its tissues to determine which cells are cooperating and which are damaged or infected. Cells prove they belong by processing internal protein fragments and displaying them on their outer membranes. It is the microscopic equivalent of taping your molecular receipts to the window for passing immune cells to inspect. If an immune cell reads that receipt and detects a viral fragment or severe mutation, the damaged cell triggers apoptosis. It neatly dismantles itself in a controlled self-removal to protect the wider organism. Cancer occurs when that cellular survival logic breaks away from the body's survival logic. It is a rogue kinetic engine that deletes its own kill switch, divides selfishly, and violently drains the organism's chemical budget. These same internal economics dictate how animals behave in the wild. Physical mobility allows an animal to move the whole organism away from expensive hostile conditions and into a cheaper, safer environment. Intelligence takes this budgeting a step further. Instead of physically running from every shadow, a highly developed nervous system can simulate the threat mentally. It runs the motion virtually, entirely in the brain, before spending actual physical energy on the response. Over vast stretches of time, this economic filtering shapes entire species. The concept of fitness does not mean crowning the strongest or the most vicious. Fitness is simply the most efficient mechanical fit between a creature's specific motion pattern and its environment. Evolution patches and compromises. Biological adaptation is the endless process of editing old, functional motion into workable new motion across generations. It keeps what persists. We only fully understand this work when we look at physical death. Death is not matter disappearing. The atoms remain. Death is the total collapse of self-maintaining motion into unmanaged, chaotic chemistry. It is an organization losing the ability to keep its own receipt. To prevent that collapse, your human system executes trillions of microscopic transactions every second. It continuously reads the world, budgets energy, repairs DNA, audits its cells, and adjusts its internal temperature. Life is fragile, but it is deeply relentless. Survival is a mechanical, sacred refusal to let your components become scattered atoms. Life is organized motion, holding its shape against a hostile universe. Keep moving, stay pattern,